What's up, guys?
Hey,
We are back with another reaction.
yes.
What are we doing?
So today we are gonna do Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, I know this.
Yeah, I figured you do. I like Rage Against the Machine. I've never really, they're not one of my favorite bands, so I don't really pay attention to the lyrics that much. So we're gonna break them down, but I'm gonna break them down to the best of my ability because, you know, I feel like I just know the chorus, but I like this song. Good.
Yeah,
So I'll
no,
show it to you anyway, even though you already know it.
it's a great song, even though I find Rage pretty annoying.
Why?
They're just always preaching, I feel.
Oh, hmm. Well, see. I don't really know much of the lyrics to the song, so we'll see how that goes. All right. So yeah, this is like one of the first bands that, not one of the first ones, but one where I don't already really know much about the song.
Funny.
Okay. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. Links in the description below. Username's right there. Now let's go.
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. 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 And 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 now you do what they told you.
Sorry. Yep.
That's such a funny place to pause.
I know.
We have to,
'Cause
though.
yeah. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, so I'm realizing and definitely Rage is like pretty political.
Insanely political.
Very political.
Yeah.
And I know I say I don't really like political music, but a lot of what I'm seeing and from like their other songs, the vibe I get is just like anti-political kind of. Because like don't listen to them. You know, like do your own thing. Don't follow the crowd and don't do what everyone else is doing, which is like the vibe I like. So my issue with like songs that get too political is when the person is shoving their ideology down your throat. So I don't hate all political music. I just don't like when you're like trying to make me think one way. But if you're telling me like, hey, like fuck them all, do your own thing, like that's cool.
Yeah, so I do think Rage falls into that
I
category
need my migraine glasses.
that, they do shove their politics down your throat,
Yeah.
but this is a very catchy, good song that
Yeah,
like
exactly. Like even if they were telling me to do one thing or another, like it just sounds so good. Really, my only problem, I have one problem is Mosh by Eminem. I don't like it. Like
yeah.
so a lot of other rock songs I listen to get like pretty political and things like that, but like I don't know. It has to sound good for me to like it
Yeah,
still.
it sounds fucking great.
Of course, the guitar, second to none.
Tom Morello
He's amazing.
is incredible.
So Everyone's gonna kill me for pausing my pause and for talking for a million years, but okay.
Yeah.
And so he goes, it starts off killing in the name of, why isn't it popping up? Okay. And he goes, some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. So, working forces, it's like police,
Police forces. Yeah.
and burning crosses, people who are anti-church.
Specifically the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan used to
Oh.
burn crosses on people's lawns.
Right. Okay.
So he's
They're
saying,
saying that there's KKK members in the police force.
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe there are. We never know.
Yeah, I don't know about nowadays anymore, but
No, they're not really in. They're not where we live. I don't know if they are anywhere else. I don't want to make a blanket statement and say that they don't exist,
no.
but they're not.
As
They
powerful
ain't.
as they once were. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. Uh, killing in the name of
I used to wonder, killing in the name of what? Do you know what I mean?
the
It's
name
like,
of the people. Duh.
yeah, it's like cut off. I used to think when I was younger.
And now he goes, and now you do what they told you. And then
Okay.
we got right up to here.
So, very funny thing. I don't know if you recall this, but they started performing again during COVID.
Really?
And there was a meme going around because with this lyrics and the fact that if you wanted to see Rage Against the
Oh,
Machine,
yeah,
you had
you
to be
had to be
vaccinated.
vaccinated. They got, so yeah, from what I know about Rage Against the Machine back in the day, so you could call their songs political, but a lot of their messages were anti-political, meaning like against the government and against any ideology at all,
Yeah,
and just like being your own person.
they were
But now,
communists.
yeah, they were communists, but like it still was
Yeah, it
like in
was.
this song, he's like saying, and now you do what they told you. Like saying, like, don't do what they told you.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so I won't. I'm gonna do my own thing. But like now they're like super liberal.
I mean, they were always liberal. They were
Yeah,
communist.
but they like did
But
like a 360. Well,
so they were
they
against
were
power.
anti-government. Now they're like agreeing with the government.
So they were against power. To be fair, I think maybe even when Bill Clinton was in office, but definitely when George Bush was in office, they were like, fuck the government. We're speaking
Yeah,
truth to power.
they
But
were like that.
but then they kind of, flip sides.
Yeah.
Another funny,
Now they like agree with the government and stuff, which is just a funny thing to notice.
yeah, yes, very. Another funny little detail about Rage Against the Machine is Paul Ryan, the Republican vice presidential candidate.
Yeah.
He got interviewed and he said Rage was his favorite band. And he was like using their music, and they were like, "Fuck you, we hate you. Do not play our music. We don't like you." Like, that's pretty funny though. That like you're like, "Oh, they're my favorite band," and they're like, "Fuck you." They're like, they were like, "You're literally the machine. You're the thing we're raging against." Like,
It's literally,
but it's not
they're anti-government, but now they're like, it sort of seems like they're
anti-Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, you can change your mind. Everyone's entitled to, but like that was what your whole basis was, just anti-everything.
Yeah. Funny.
All right.
So this is where we left off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long one, guys. I can already feel it.
You never do what they told ya. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge and your chosen white. You're justified. Those that died for wearing the badge and your chosen white. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge and your chosen white. You're justified. Those who died for wearing the badge and your chosen white. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. 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 Now you're under control. Now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. Now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you.
There's nowhere for me to pause. They don't stop.
Yeah, it's funny.
They literally don't stop, which is fine. Okay. Those who died. Oh wait. Oops. Those who died are justified for wearing a badge. They're the chosen whites. Those who died. So people who have died, their death is justified because they are wearing a badge. They're the chosen whites. So the police, their
And
death is justified.
because it's the cops that are killing them, and white cops in particular, he's saying. The
Okay.
chosen whites, they're cops. They're the chosen ones to be the police.
Okay. And then it's just like all repeating that.
So I've known this song forever, and like I said, it sounds fucking incredible. The message is a
Yeah.
little annoying, but
Yeah, the message is annoying.
but
I
with
love
that
this song though.
with that being said, I didn't realize how literal lyrics. It's like the same. I knew it was the same shit over and over, but I thought there was going to be more. But
Yeah, like I will be honest, I can sing all of the words to this song, but they're words that I made up in my head. I had no idea. The only words I know are killing in the name of, and now they do what you told you, and now you're under control. I did not know what was being said here, but I have little made up words in my head that I sing along to this when I sing this song.
yeah,
Yeah. Which I'm sure we all do. Like if you let me sing this song and then you just pause it out of nowhere, you would just hear like babble,
Yeah.
babble, baby babble.
It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so it changes slightly. It says those who died are justified for wearing the badge of the chosen whites, and then the next one it says you justify
Those
who died.
A badge.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to some of those word
Sing
forces.
the burn crosses.
Killing in the name of, and now you do what they told you. And then he goes, now you're under control because you're doing what they told you, and now they're controlling you.
Yes.
That's my favorite part of the song.
Yeah, of course. I think it's everybody's. Now you're under control.
And let's go back.
Yeah.
But like really quick though, I would literally blast just the end of this song anytime my mom would come down and be like, Jess, do your laundry. And she'd be like, oh yeah, you're so funny. And I'd be like, yeah.
I was just about to say this
That's
is
cool.
like a quintessential teenage angst fucking song,
Yeah.
which is very funny. You know,
Yeah.
it's like so.
What the song was really about
It's like so.
was um now and now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. That's all I got out of this song when I was younger. I hate to say it.
Yeah, the irony I find in this song or Rage in general. So like I said, they were like socialist, communist, sympathetic. But they obviously they're into capitalism because they sell.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people they rail against, the children of those people is who their fan base was. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's true.
It's just funny. They're the ones, it's their children. They're the ones that like their music. You know what I mean?
That is true.
But yeah, so I know this song. It's funny. It is very you mom and dad. Like,
Well, the way that we took it, it is.
well,
This is more like fuck you, government.
it is, but it's still fuck you, mom and dad, which the government takes place of dad and mom for a lot of people. Not to say that the government's not fucked up because they totally are.
Oh
No
yeah,
matter who's in charge, whatever party, they are fucked
exactly.
up. There's a lot of problems. So, not to downplay the real shit that he does talk about. I just think it's a little much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But it definitely doesn't fall into the category of like political songs I hate. It's in the category of ones I like because Tom Morello's guitar is incredible and I just love everything about this song.
Yeah, it's funny. We also just recorded Changes by Tupac, which is
Yeah.
another political song, but I would say one that
Yeah,
you
one
don't find offensive.
so it's also not trying to shove any specific ideology down my throat.
No, he's speaking what he believes in,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Like it needs to be, you can say what you think and how you feel, but if you're telling me like do this, do that, like no, I'm not gonna do that.
yeah,
I'm gonna do the opposite.
yeah.
um, but yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.